If you submit a form with validation errors, you'll notice that it actually gets wrapped in div tags, like this. So here's that field with the error message, and it gets wrapped inside of this div tag field with errors. And Rails does that automatically by comparing the name of the attribute. But sometimes you might not want this behavior. For example, here I'm wrapping it in paragraph tags, and this is actually invalid XHTML because you can't place a div tag inside a paragraph tag. So to resolve this, you can actually change this behavior through in the environment.rb file. So here's the environment.rb file, and you can change this with the action view base and then field error proc, and you can set this to a new proc that you want. A proc is like a block. Think of it as a block. And so this takes two parameters, the HTML tag and the instance tag. I'll explain those in a bit. Well, the HTML tag is just a string representation of the HTML that is needs to be output. So you could just call HTML tag on this, and then it will just output the HTML tag all by itself without wrapping it in div tags. So let me restart the server here, and then try reloading this. And notice there's no red outline because it's not wrapping the project name inside of the div tag at all. That's because I override the behavior through this field error proc. Now you might want to change this behavior a bit. You can add, let's see, might want to add a span tag with a class in there maybe. Just so you can detect it in the CSS. Let's try that. And view the source, and you can see that the span tag was successfully submitted in here, wrapping the field. And so you can go as crazy as you want, detecting which kind of tag the HTML tag is and changing it accordingly. Now the instance tag is kind of a representation of the HTML tag before it's actually converted to HTML. It contains all the options that you may set, such as the actual model object, so you can get the attributes of that object if you want. You can change the options and so on. So that's just a good way to change the behavior of an error message, error validation display if you need it. If you have a comment about this episode, please go to RailsCasts.com and you can add your comment there. You can also email me at feedback@railscast.com. Thanks for watching.